Hopefully this time I can manage not to drop literally every frame. If we're lucky. Also, hopefully I can finish this tweet about lenses and never have to work on it again because I am getting sick of it. Let's see. Frame dropping is more reasonable now. It's still not quite where I'd want it to be. I guess. But before I think it was like 25%, now it's like half of that, so I think that's an improvement. Okay, I'm just gonna take this from the top and try to get everything the way I want it for actually tweeting. So to start with, I see how things are in this first part. Okay. I think that's fine. What I'm gonna want to do is I'm gonna want to label all of these distances, probably at the same time. Probably at the same time that the lens equation gets written. I think I'm gonna want to write what do you expect to deploy the tweet, hopefully today. Because I'm getting tired of working on it. It ended up being kind of a lot of work. It's actually bordering. It's like walking the line between what should be a tweet and what should be a YouTube video. Because it's just, there's a lot of information to go through in this. For one thing, first things first, let me curve the sides of this. So I won't have this. I'm gonna make this an arc. Which I forgot the signature for arc. Not arc integrals. Where's the, isn't arc a class? Yes, start angle and then angle. So I'll make this, start angle of like negative pi over 4. And going up to pi over 4. And then angle equals pi, I guess. And I know I'm gonna have to rotate that in some way. But for now, I guess I wanted this to be in 1, 2. Okay, so that, I guess I wanted this to be in 1 comma 2. Okay, so that is too big. Let's make this a minus pi over 8, I guess. Then go up pi over 4. It probably have to be more like pi over 3, something like that. I think I'm thinking in terms of tau. If I want it to like sweep out this angle, that seems like a third of a circle or so. So I'm gonna make this tau over 3. And then this will just be negative tau over 6. I can just look at the first animation of this. Yeah, that looks good. That looks pretty right. And then I'll just flip that, which I don't remember how to flip things. I don't know if reflect, maybe I can just rotate it. And if I rotate it by pi, that'll flip it around. Okay, that looks good. I'm gonna have to scale this, then I'm gonna have to set height. The height I'm gonna be looking for is the lens height. OpenGL rendering would be a godsend for iterative things like this. Oh, I must not have done the 1 comma 2. It'd be so nice for things like this, so you wouldn't have to do this sort of work. Okay, so it looks like 5 or 6 was a bit too much. Maybe I'll just, or pi over 3 was a little too much. Will I be looking for... I think tau over 4 was too much too. So I'm actually just gonna subtract some from this. So I'll just make this tau over 3 like minus I don't know, minus a half or something like that. This will be negative this over 2. This will just be the angle. Yeah, I think this looks good. And then if I just shift this to the side some, I might actually end up making it a little less. But then how would I shift this over? I could do shift. If I make this its own variable first, then I could do a shift based on its rightmost point. Align to? I don't think aligning will work in this case. Well, align edge right, I think will actually... Let me try if I align edge with the lens at 0, I guess. Or the top. Which one of these is the top? Up plus left to up plus right. Then I have down plus left to down plus right. So if I reverse, if I do these first, move this one down. Now I should be able to align to lens at 0 or lens at 1, either one of those. Guess align edge isn't a thing. What is its actual name? It's like align underscore something. Align 2. I guess it's just align 2. It's like align underscore something. Align 2. I guess it's just align 2. And that, in fact, is too far. But I'm going to keep it this way. Well, not keep it this way. But the logic's at least right. Then on the other side, I'm just going to do almost the same thing. Same arc. I won't have to rotate it. Same thing. Then I'll align it on the left. I think I should have 2 of these after that. I keep playing too much of this. I should just update the shortcut. Perfect. That is exactly how lenses look. Anyway, let me decrease that angle. Hopefully this will make it look a little bit more reasonable. It's a little better. That's my Google Home going off. Yeah, I'm gonna decrease the angle a little bit more. Let me update this. Let me do minus 1.5. I think I actually wanted a little bit more. 1.3. Maybe I should have done 1.25. This looks good. Okay. So it looks like a lens now. That's great. I want to see if expanding its width still works the way it normally did. So I'm going to check that. Okay. So let me go to the place where it writes out the equation. Okay, so this is the full video. It's this. Great, and it does the same thing with the width. It looks like the angle is changing. Oh, I see why that's happening. It's because it's just stretching it. And it stretches it, it's changing that radius of curvature as well. How could I fix that? Like instead of set width, I wouldn't want to use set width here. What I'd want to do is basically redraw the entire lens. Something like always redraw would actually be useful, I think. But I'll get to that later. For now, okay, when the thin lens equation gets written out, that's when I'm going to want to label these distances. Actually, I don't have to label them. I can just put the letter U here and put the letter V under the arrow, under the blue arrow, I mean. And that'll be fine. So here, oh, this is where the text to color map wasn't working out. I wonder if it'll work any better now that it's split up. Because before, I had all of this as one equation. So now that it's 5, maybe it can color it a little better. Probably not. Nope, that broke it. Although, I see. Here's the thin lens equation. Yeah, that just broke it, darn. Okay, not using Technicolor map. Instead, I'm just gonna do this manually. I'll just mark this color the variables. Or the distances. This is gonna be then lens equation. Indexed at 0. Then this is gonna be then lens equation. Indexed at 0. Then indexed at 2, I think. Equals, and I had a color for it. Original dist color. Like that. Then if I index at 2, index that at 2, that can be image dist color. Now that should, and does it support item assignment? What I do? Oh, that's set color or something like that. So something like this. All right. Okay, so that's perfect. According to the lens map equation. Great. Okay, and then when that happens, I'm gonna want to label the thickness. So, okay, when this is written, I'm also gonna want to label those arrows. So where does it get written? Where? Here? No. Not there. Here. Okay, so this is where that equation gets written, and here's where I'm going to want to draw those U and V arrows. I'm not going to try to do anything fancy with this. I'm just going to put the distances at a fixed position on the sides of the lenses. So I just call this U label. This will just be a U. And the V label. I guess the fill color will be this, and this fill color will be that. Then don't want to move them in position. I think I'll just, if they start at the origin, I think I just want to shift this left plus down or something like that. Then this one can go right plus down. And here, I'll just write all 3 of them. By sort of abusing the way that V groups work. Okay, so hopefully that'll write it right beneath the equation. Save this, it gets written out. Oh, why did it happen afterwards? It writes out the equation, then it writes out the letters. It's not what I want. Oh, I guess because of this, they're not happening simultaneously. So what I want to do is, one of them will be a V group with the 2 labels. And then the equation will get written on its own. Good luck, Manim. Hope you can handle 3 animations and their configuration happening at the same time. Okay, so we have the distance. Okay, that's perfect, I think. Okay, at the time that it says if the distance of to the image is fixed, I'm also gonna want to set the all of the V's to gray. So this I'll set the color to gray, and then the, what did I call it? Something label. So this I'll set the color to gray, and then the, what did I call it? Something label. The V label. The V label set color gray, and then that random sub object. Then lens equation at 2, index at 2 too. Okay. Also, let me check. Oh, never mind. Save this, write this out. Someone is knocking at my door. That's strange. Give me a second. Ignore the janky off-centered, like, screen. Thanks. Yeah, it was fast. I ended up, I ordered notebooks and pencils actually because I ran out. Across my entire like apartment, I didn't have any notebooks. And it made it hard to like write down math. Okay. So I have this. These are turning gray. I hope you can make out that gray against the white. It's probably easier to see in if I did it at higher quality. Hey learner, what's up? But I think gray is a good color for showing that it's being fixed. Okay, so that's good. Let's see, it is in a little bit higher quality. So that's right. Yeah, I think that's good. The distance equation will still change according to the lens maker equation. Would actually be really nice here. No, I think this is good. I was thinking maybe I could unwrite this f, this 1 over f, and then write the new equation in. But then trying to keep it centered and stuff, I think would be too annoying. So I think this is good enough. So what I'm going to want to do is when this lens maker equation gets written out, I'm going to want to, at the same time, label the distance or the width of the, you know, the lens. So where did I write that? Distance explanation. That was a transform or something, wasn't it? Fade out of the fixed distance equation. Move to target. I think this is it. This move to target. Yeah, because they replaced the sub-object here. Okay, so when this happens, I'm going to fade in and an arrow. Now, I don't know if Manim has double-sided arrows. And I bet if it does, they're probably hard to use. I think arrows are in the geometry class. Oh, this is geometry. So let me just look. We have curved arrow. Yeah, we have curved double arrow. Start point, end point. I don't actually want it curved though. Do we have a regular double arrow? Oh great, we do. Inherits from regular arrow.